Hey guys, it's Tuesday, so that means it's time for Quick Tip Tuesdays. So let's fire it up. In order to be a well-rounded, full-fledged, hands-on professional in the studio, you have to master one thing, and that's file management. The quick tip for this Tuesday is understanding the importance of your operating system's file path well enough to navigate it. So understand this, your program knows where the files that make up your projects are as it relates to your hard drive and what folder it's in. But there are a multitude of scenarios where this relationship can be broken and your DAW won't know where the files are. And now it's up to you to point your DAW in the right direction. So first of all, make sure that you're creating a specific folder for each project. Second thing is to make sure that you know where the folder is and how to navigate to it. And the last tip is having a fairly detailed folder tree in your project folder goes a long way as it pertains to file organization. For today's video, I want to talk about one of the most important tools you use in the studio and a few things you can do to take care of it. So the quick tip for this Tuesday is about the importance of your workstation's placement, meaning the actual tower and where you have it sitting. So there is a thing called thermal throttling, and that happens when your computer's internal components starts to get too hot and your system will begin to slow down in an attempt to not damage those components. And ultimately, if that's not helping, your computer will just cut off. So this means if your system is thermal throttling, you can experience at least a slowdown in performance and you may not even know it. So try to make sure that your tower is not sitting in a closed-in corner or space. Make sure it has enough space to get some good airflow circulating. Also, you should try not to store things on top of the tower. And finally, take the time to open your case and gently clean out the dust buildup on the internal components. See, due to constant airflow passing through the computer and moisture in the air, you will get a buildup of dust sticking to the components in the computer, creating a form of soot that acts as a warm, fuzzy coat, keeping internal components warmer than they're supposed to be. And this will slow down your computer's performance. So as the warmer months approach, take good care of your workstation to maintain optimal performance. In last week's video, I started to talk about the importance of taking care of your music production tools. So in today's video, I'm gonna continue. So the quick tip for this Tuesday is about the importance of your workstation's placement, part 2. So last week, I talked about optimizing the placement of your workstation to maximize positive airflow. But we need to also try and place your tower in a spot that allows for easy access to the ports in the back. Also, make sure that the back of your workstation isn't too close to a wall where the cables are being bent and or obstructed by the wall. This will end up damaging your cables. Now, for the laptop users out there, don't use your laptop on beds, pillows, sheets, comforters, carpets, or any soft surface, because these surfaces are primed to interrupt the positive airflow for laptops, causing your internal components to overheat. So keep it on a desk, a countertop, or like a table, any solid surface that keeps positive airflow going. When working with synth sounds, it can get difficult to get it to sit properly in the composition when it comes time to mix. The quick tip for this Tuesday is a technique to help you to get that synth under control. So when dealing with a more animated style synth, there's usually a lot going on frequency-wise. There's constant movement creating very unpredictable spikes in the frequencies, which is what you probably liked about the synth in the first place. So what I find usually helps me to keep the sound under control while still keeping the characteristics that made it so likable and unique is to split the low band and the high band to two separate tracks, so I can process the low end of the sound separately from the high end of the sound. So the way to achieve this is to duplicate the track with the specific sound on it And on the first instance, you're going to place a low pass filter, which will now designate this the low end or the bass part of the sound. And on the second instance, you're going to place a high pass filter, which will now have all the higher end frequencies on the second instance. So now you can process the low end using more low frequency focused processing techniques, and then do the opposite for the high end. Then you can possibly sum those tracks back together on a bus and then do some overall compression on that if you desire. But this just gives you more control over the sound, making it possible for you to design it the way you want and to get it to sit in the mix properly. When recording directly into your audio interface, one of the struggles is your recording signal sounding very digital and flat, lacking that classic analog warmth. The quick tip for this Tuesday is to utilize some type of analog gear on the front end of your signal chain to help get a warmer tone on the way into your audio interface. There are portable and affordable devices out there to help you achieve that sound that you're looking for. So do some research, read some reviews, and see which device you might be interested in that fits your budget. Okay guys, that was the quick tip for this Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and as always, you'll see me in the next video.